What are the biggest differences between the cereals market in Finland and in Sweden?
I would say there is a couple of differences. I mean, in Sweden we are very much focused on wheat. More than 50% of the grain production is wheat in Sweden. That is not the case in Finland. It's more, let's say, spring crops, that's barley and oats actually. And that means that we have a little bit different kind of commodities we are selling. And secondly, we are having a lot of grain supply during harvest time in August, September, where the Finnish farmers is storing, I would say, 95% of the crop. And that creates also a little bit differences in the way of trading. And the third thing, which I think is the difference actually, is that I think the structure had maybe come a little bit further in Sweden. We have less farmer, which are bigger today than we had for 5-10 years ago. I don't see that really is the same in Finland. So the structure has come a little bit further in Sweden, I think. The structure change.
Lantmännen is going to be a new player in the cereal sector in Finland. How are you going to change the game? Will there be any new elements or contracts for farmers available?
We will continue to work, let's say, with the structure we're having in Finland. That the K-Maatalous and now Lantmännen Agro is, let's say, working in the Finnish market via their retailers in the same way they did before. But of course, we have been working with grain operations and grain contracts for many years in Sweden. We have learned a lot, and we think those ideas and those way of working is, of course, one thing we would like to try whether they can be working in Finland. And we have seen that we have great success with our different kind of business models. So I personally think that could also be a very good idea to try to implement those ideas we have found out in Sweden. To implement new type of contract, pooled contract, other type of contracts to see whether the Finnish farmers are interesting to do business like that.
And what would you like to say to Finnish farmers?
But I think it's important to farmers who are working in grain business has to be very active. They have to work with a sales strategy. It's difficult and dangerous, I think, in my opinion, to wait too long and hope for better prices. I think one should have a price strategy, and including that, it means that sometimes you have to sell before harvest, sometimes you should maybe sell a portion during harvest and also after harvest. To be more active, let's say, in the trading, use the different kind of price model, put a sales strategy and follow that. Don't wait until, let's say, April, May to sell it, because in that case the harvest is over more or less.